Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. We start with chapstick here. This is the crazy troll nation of YouTube. I don't know why I'm saying it like I'm a TV announcer. Anyway, the crazy because of stuff like that. I just do stuff just to entertain myself really and hope that you're entertained with me. The troll because first of all, there is no such thing. Second of all, just making a little bit of fun of the perfection aspect of the beauty community because there is no such thing as perfection except to say you are perfect the way you are. And here on this channel, self-acceptance, self-love, embrace your natural features, enhance them if you want to. We love playing with face paint, but not changing your features to where you look like somebody else in order to fit somebody else's standards or expectations of what they think you should look like and what product and tool and brand you should use. Yeah, so that's the so that's the basic concept of the crazy troll nation. Just love yourself for how you look, regardless of what anybody else may say or what they may call you, even behind your back. And I'm sure they say things behind my back because nobody tells me I'm a troll. If anything, they're like, you're not a troll. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Anyway, I know I'm being goofy. I'm being silly. I'll show you what else we do here on this channel. This video, as you can see by the title, is a do-over for my sister friend Dee because the first time I attempted this look, if you've seen it, it was really kind of busted because of the base that was underneath and the shadows, excuse me. I didn't know whether to say shades or shadows. But anyway, the eyeshadow wasn't blending because the base underneath it wasn't blending. And so the lines were really harsh. And I did promise Dee I would redo the look. And so that's what this is, with just Fenty eyeshadow primer underneath. I only have one concealer under my eyes and around my nose, and I used this $1.19 Wet n Wild brush from Amazon because I needed, I think, like 99 cents for free shipping to add to my order. I hate this brush, and it is so flimsy. Look at this. If I keep bending it, I'm sure it would break. And even using it for concealer, I don't know. But you know what? This will be good for if you carve out your brows with concealer, or even, you know, for lining your lips, because it's just a small, just cheap, flat synthetic brush. And I only use synthetic brushes because I have an adverse reaction to natural brushes. But this is just a cheap piece of whatever, but for $1.19. All right, so we're blending out this primer with a BH Cosmetics flat shadow brush. I don't like this for shadow. It is just too thin, but I find that I do like it for smoothing out my eye primer. I think this also would be good for concealer, and I have used it for that under my eyes and around my nose, and it worked really well for that. But I also think it would be really good for carving out your brows if you're the type of person to do that. And also if you're using or carving out your crease for those of you who do use a concealer or an additional base to carve out your crease. I do think this would be good for that. So in other words, now that I'm thinking about how I said all of that, I think this brush is only good for liquid products or cream products versus a powdered eyeshadow, even though this is an eyeshadow brush. Yeah, so, but it works for this purpose really well. So the colors we are using, just to recap, she wanted an all matte look with the blue and the orange and the yellow. So this is Cobalt. These are matte shadows, single shadows. This is Red Brick, and this is Mustard. I'm thinking I'm going to try to recreate the unintentional halo look I did, which when I put blue all over the Anastasia base, which I'm not going to use because this is just so stark white. Anyway, so we're going to see what it does. We're going to use an Hourglass number 3 brush, and we're going to put this all over the lid. And this shade is more purple than the blue that was in the Lime Crime palette. And I did have the thought to put this over that Anastasia base just to see if it would make it brighter, because I do feel like it made that blue brighter from the Lime Crime palette. I think that shade was called Filter. And for some reason, this is not wanting to go on. I'm wondering if I missed a spot with that brush, putting that primer on while blending the primer. because I don't have a problem with that primer. And if you've watched any of my other tutorial videos, that is like the primer, my go-to primer. And so I'm wondering if it's this brush. So yeah, so this is this. I will edit out applying this on the other eye just for sake of time. This is not wanting to go up here. What is happening? Okay, maybe that's not a good brush for blending out eye primer, because I usually don't have this problem applying shadow with this brush or any other brush. Okay, I think this is the shape that I want. And it is looking a little patchy, like right here. Okay, you know what? Is that brush trash too? You know what? I'll just use it for concealer and not for primer. I'm going to edit out applying this on this eye. I'm having some issues. I do think it was that brush, because I don't have issues with that primer and with shadows looking patchy. And I have used these shadows before and they were not patchy over this primer. So I think this brush just didn't blend it evenly. If this does look similar to the second look, the unintentional halo eye look that I did with the Lime Crime Venus 2 palette, I will not recreate that look, but I do want to recreate the first one just to see how close they are. I'm gonna stop messing with this because I don't want to annoy myself. And the troll train keeps moving forward. We don't stall on the tracks like we are right now and just keep doing the same thing over and over. We move forward. So we're going to move forward. I'm still seeing patchy right here, but we're moving forward. The train doesn't stop. It doesn't stall. It keeps going in a forward direction. So we're going to take, this is a Esom T37 brush. Y'all, these back shadows. They don't move. And I know they say don't blow on your shadows, but it don't move. It moved out of the orange, the red brick, and that's the shade we're taking now. And it's like I tapped off and it's all over my station. But you know what? I'd rather tap off and it be on my station, on my cloth that's on my station, than on my lid. Now, if you remember from that look with the Lime Crime palette, I think that shade was Mud. That was like a dark reddish brown. And this was the closest they had in MAC to that shade. It turned it into, what was that shade called? I don't remember what it was called. But it turned it into the shade that I duped it for this one. Ooh, that's making it like a purple. Well, yeah, red and blue or orange and blue. I have color perception issues for those who have not been here before. But I like how it looked though. And I did like how it changed colors in that other look I did too. And the reason I did the inner and outer corner with that reddish shade was because I wasn't liking how bright the blue was looking, because it was looking really cool toned, and I don't like me in all cool tone looks. And because I had it all over my lid, it was very light. And also I think it was because of having it over that white Anastasia eyeshadow, excuse me, base. But this shade is more purple than Filter in the Lime Crime Venus 2 palette. So I do like this a lot. So we're going back in and we're going to do the other eye. And as you see, and I know I say it often, this is why I like angled brushes, because the tip, the pointy side down, it fits like right here in my inner corner. And so it makes it easy to do that. And for the outer corner, just place the tip down in the corner and then sweep over. And so I love angled brushes for that. And you can also still sweep across the lid and pack on the lid if you want to. So this is what we're looking like, and I am liking this. Thank you, sister friend, for requesting this color combination. I don't mind all matte looks, and sometimes I do all matte looks. And there's some people that they just have to have shimmer. I don't have to have shimmer. And so I'm digging this. The last shade to use, now you see the orange everywhere. This is the I'll be making faces. This is the, sorry for the glares. This palette, this material, this acrylic is so reflective. We're going to take this shade here, which is Uninterrupted, and we're dipping straight in. This is a Esom V33 brush, and we're going to tap off, and we're going to put that up here as our transition shade. I am coming down a little bit on the top edge of the lid shades and also the inner and outer corner. So this is what this looks like on my bare skin as compared to the last video when it turned really dark. And I think because the shadow under it was dark and also the base under the shadow was dark. But on my bare skin, as you see, this is a good blending color and almost a there not there color. And so I'm going to go in small circular motions on that line. I'm kind of wanting to take some of that red brick, like right here in the center, just to bridge it over. But then I don't know, because I'm kind of digging this too, though. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I'm actually going to take the tip of the brush and sweep in and connect that right there. Right here with the tip of the brush. This is another reason why this brush is nice. You can do your inner and outer corner. Oh, I like this. And you can use the tip of it to bridge a gap if you're doing a halo eye. This is the second halo eye I've done that I liked. The other one, the unintentional one, that one was my best one ever. But this one is like a close second. And I'm wondering if when I was trying to do halo before, I was just trying too hard. I really think that's what it was, because the unintentional one, I wasn't trying to do a halo, and that was the best halo eye I have ever done. So if something's not working for you, just chill out. Just chill out. And let it just happen. Oh, I like that. So I'm going to go back to this brush and going back into Uninterrupted. Yo, look at this. This is powder everywhere. But it's fine because it is really easy to clean up. So I'm going above that line we just created just to have something in this area up here. I can see where that primer didn't blend. You see that line right there? That brush is not good for primer either. I'm gonna just use it for concealer because it is good for that. Well, I do like it for that, I should say, and it's good for other things, I'm sure, just not for me. And because there's that line right there, it still looks like a line right there. So, Dee, I hope you like this look. I hope you like this do-over. I like this combination. I like this look. I'm gonna pack some more on the inner and outer corner, that red brick shade, because I'm just really digging it. Tap it back in. Tapping in. I am liking this look. Tapping in. And when you hear this, that's me tapping off the brush. And I'm going back with the brush that had the blue on it, and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to feather. So instead of using the brush with the red brick on it to feather, we're using the brush that had, excuse me, I'm so rude, using this brush to feather. I like this. Now we are going to flip to the side that had the blue, not adding any shadow. And we're just going to go back and forth. And I really don't want to go back and forth because of how the primer is not blended evenly on my lid. And so I don't want to end up with a patchy look. But I like this combination. This is very different than the one I did with the Lime Crime palette. We're going to take this brush and we're going to go into Uninterrupted, and we're going to put that under here. This is very different than that look, but I am really digging this look. The tones and the colors are different. Similar, but different. Dipping back into Uninterrupted. I notice sometimes when I'm doing my lower lash line, I move my lips like that. And when I see myself doing it, sorry to poke you in the eye, I'm just like, okay, that looks really weird. And so I try not to, but it's an automatic thing. I don't do it on purpose. I'm liking that. I'm going to take a smaller brush. I'm going to take a Makeup Forever smudger brush. And we're going to go into Red Brick. And we're going to put that over here. And right here. Tapping in again. Putting that right here. And right here. We're going to take my other Makeup Forever smudger brush. And we're going to go into Cobalt. I'm going to dip in. And we're going to put that right here in the center. Ooh, I can see puffs of shadow coming up. Right in the center. Tapping in, tapping off. Tapping in, tapping off. Back with our blending brush. No additional shadow. And just going to do that. I need to really clean this. But I love how these perform. And that is not an issue for me. So are we going to do liner and all of that? Yes, we are. We're going to take Fenty. It's the only liner I have open except this felt tip from one of them boxes. What has me BoxyCharm? It's the only box I get. But it's a felt tip and I don't like... Well, you know what? Let me show you real quick. I'm not used to like how thick this is. I'm used to a thinner one like the Fenty one. And I kind of want to try this, but I'm liking this look and I don't want to mess it up. But I leave that here so I can experiment with it some more and see if I can get a feel for it. And if I do end up liking it or not. I think I only used it twice. We're not going to do wings or anything. Maybe. I don't want to mess the look up. And I think if I try, let's do it. I'm so weird. I'm not gonna do something, let's do it. I notice I do that quite often. Let me know if I'm the only one who like changes your mind that quick. And yeah, I messed that up. This is not cute. For fun, we're going to take Miss Merlot. And why am I using this color mascara? Because I can. I'm not sure if it'll show up, and if it does, it'll just play off of the inner and outer eyeshadow color. What are we gonna do for this? I like this look, Dee Dee, thank you for that color combination. We're going to put this on. This is Charlotte Tilbury. This came with, this is a eyeliner. What am I doing? You know what? We're going to use it. This, where's my lip liners? They're over there. This, this came with the mascara in a set that Megan sent me for Friendmas. And I decided to go ahead and do this because I know that some people use eyeliners for lip liners. Particularly people of color, because there weren't lip liners dark enough for their lips. And so they were using like black and brown eyeliners as lip liners. And so that's what I was thinking when I'm like, we're just gonna do it. This is my first time using an eyeliner as a lip liner. But I might use it for this in the future because I don't know if it was this or I think it was this, because this is waterproof and something else and something else. And the day I did use this, my eyes were irritated, and I do usually have an issue with waterproof eyeliners. But then I also had the nude stick on my lid, which is waterproof. So I'm not sure if it was just this. This wears down quick because I'm already at the nub. Just lining my lips and filling it in. But this does look similar in color to some of my NYX retractable, no, my NYX lip pencils. The lip pencils I have from NYX are not retractable, their eyeliners are. So we're just going to take, that's too sparkly. We're going to take Sweet Mouth Fenty Gloss Bomb, and we're just going to put that on top of this. I kind of want to do something different, but no, we're just going to put this on top of it. Ooh, are you almost done? Oh, no, here you go. That's nice. Easy peasy. That noise was me putting it back in. I don't know why it made that sound, but it did sound weird. This is the finished look. I'm being goofy, I know. And my cheeks are always, you know what? It is 75 in my apartment today. And I think it's like 50 something outside. Warm day. Today is February 17th. Today is February 17th. So this is what we have. And I am digging it. So thank you again, Dee Dee, sister friend, for this color combination. Let me know what you think of the look. And it's a shame the other one's already scheduled to go live because that one was completely busted. But that's good though. So it's a busted one. Then it's like, this is what these shades can do. That red brick, cobalt, and the mustard. I'm gonna show you how easy this is to clean up. Sometimes I do just use my finger. And then sometimes I'll take a makeup brush. And I do have a cloth here. And so it is really easy to clean up. So all of that you saw, no big deal. And as I said, I'd rather have it tap off and fall out here in the pan and on my cloth than on my face. Look at that. Ta-da! It's magical. So you guys will see me in the next video. Thank you for being here. Let me know if you're not a fan of all matte looks. I know a lot of people are not. I can go either way. Let me know if you're all about the shimmer, like it has to be some type of shimmer on your lid or inner corner highlight or brow bone or something, or if you are cool with all matte looks. So that's the question. Excuse me, so rude. So that's the question for this video. I am really digging this. I think my wings are okay. Yeah. So thank you, and you will see me in the next video.